Hey guys, this is Kime Interviews. We are here with Favorite Weapon.
I swore that I was fine, but I told a lie. I'm hollow on the inside, hollow on the inside, behind these bloodshot eyes.
So you've only had 2 official shows so far, but first off, how has the crowd response been for those 2 shows? Like, what have you guys expected, and how have those matched your expectations?
Well, I have to say the first show, which was in Lubbock, Texas, it was kind of thrown at us last minute, pretty small turnout, but I will say that the people who did show up seemed to be pretty stoked, and that made us really happy. And then last night we played at Soma in San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, we had some like minor technical difficulties, and so it's to be expected, you know, like with us just get like, you know, the first day of tour and everything. But I mean, by the end of the set, people actually went pretty crazy, and so I mean, that was really cool. So
were you guys at all nervous, kind of only having 2 official songs released? I mean, like, what is the, you know, how are they going to sing along and whatnot?
Yeah, a little nervous. You know, we got the 2 songs out before the album, and then possibility of a third, like right before the release. So the album will be out on October 14th during this tour. So that'll give like a little bit of time at the end of the tour for kids to kind of get familiar. But I do know it'll probably be streaming, you know, like a couple days before. So, you know, not really nervous, more so excited for kids to see what we sound like live, so they would, you know, hopefully want to buy the record based on that.
I'm terrified every night. It's a lot more new to me and a few other of us than it is to, you know, some of us. So, but I mean, it's a really cool experience. You know, we've all worked really hard to get to where we're at. So, I mean, it's to be expected. You know, if you're not nervous, then, you know, it's a job, and that's not how it's supposed to be. So
based on the 2 songs that you guys have released thus far, what are the songs comparatively to those 2? Are they harder? Are they softer? And then which ones are you playing live? Like, how is it comparatively to the 2 that have been released?
I will say the beginning of the record is, the beginning of the album is definitely like the heavier. Some of the songs are like a little bit darker. And then towards the middle it kind of, I don't know, like lightens up a bit. And then at the very end it's just like super soft and melodic for the most part. So I guess there's like a good mix of songs on there.
There's a little something for everybody, yeah, for sure.
So your album 60 Saragossa comes out October 14th, which is less a month away. So how excited are you for that? And then also, are fans going to hear another single by that time?
I'm really excited for the album release.
Yeah.
I want the whole world to hear it, you know. Hopefully, we're going to try to get one more single out before the album drops. Not confirmed yet, so don't take my word for it. But yeah, we're going to try to get at least one more track out. Possibly like a music video for one of the songs we've already released. So, are you excited, Alex?
Yeah, definitely.
Just a little.
Yeah, I mean, we put a lot into it, so, you know, that's the whole reason for even doing it, you know. I mean, it's for people to hear it, and I mean, that's what I look forward to the most. I mean, you know, I mean, if you're just doing it to do it, then you would just record it yourself and listen to it in your bedroom, you know. But
yeah, we you know, recording this album, we put a lot of hard work and a lot of passion into it, and I think the listener will definitely be able to get that in a different way from each song. And it's also something like, you know, we want people to like it and enjoy it and feel something when they listen to it, but to understand that, you know, all this came, you know, straight from the heart, and we wanted to write music that made us happy as well. And I think that we accomplished that definitely, and hopefully we'll accomplish, you know, people be able to feel something when they listen to it.
So what does the album title mean to you guys, and how does it tie in with kind of like the theme of the album?
60 Saragossa is an old wooden ship. I'm just kidding.
no, it's
I'll let Alex tell you that.
Yeah, 60 Saragossa, it's actually an address. It's 60 Saragossa Street in St. Augustine, Florida, and it's a house that my best friend and and a few other people who ended up being a few of my best friends, lived in while they were attending Flagler College. And it was pretty much, I mean, he and I, we had been through everything together, and we had been in a couple bands together and stuff, so he's always been kind of tied into like what I do musically, whether he's involved or not. And that was always my place to go and kind of clear my head. And like, if I needed to get away from home for a while, it was like a 6-hour drive, and I would head down there. And when we started, essentially started this project almost a year ago in October of last year. And during that time, he and I, Hance and I had both, we both had like, real boy jobs. We were making we were working full time and, making decent money, but we were just miserable with what we were doing. And, constantly just anytime we talked, we were like, oh, how are things going? Oh, life sucks. And so I was like, look, man, take Friday off. We're going to jet down to St. Augustine, chill at 60 Saragossa for the weekend and figure out what we want to do. And it was like, as soon as we got there and we were around those people, we were just like, this is what it is, man. Like, we need to travel. We need to see people all the time. Like, we got friends all over the country and that we haven't seen in forever because we're stuck at home, hating life. And, from that point on, we were like, all right, we're going to work our jobs until we either can't or we don't have to. And we're going to get this going. And so, I mean, it was just like, I don't know, I saw it as like the perfect way to like pay tribute to the house and to basically where this all came from.
So, I mean, was a majority of the album written there, or was it just kind of something that sparked the ideas?
That's really just what it was. I mean, we got there and, we were just hanging out, relaxing, like very, very, very chill environment. We had like a couple acoustic guitars and stuff, and we just jam like covers and a few songs that we had like backstock and everything. And we were just like, man, like, I don't ever want to have to wake up at a certain time again, and I don't ever want to have to like, be told to go do something for, $12 an hour or something. I'd rather just barely scrape by and have fun and be on vacation for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Pretty much everything he just said.
All right, so let's talk about the formation of the band then. So you guys basically started it then, to make it clear, right?
Yeah, basically what it was is back in October of last year, fresh out of my old band, and I knew I still wanted to do something with music. I just wasn't completely sold on the idea of starting a band right then. But a good friend down in Florida, Tom Denny, was like, "Yo, come down here for the weekend. Let's write some stuff together. It'll be fun. Even if nothing happens with it, it was we'll have a good time. And then if it goes somewhere, then even better." And I was like, "Cool, man. Yeah, I'll come down." And so that's what I did. I went down there and we recorded one song that ended up being our song we just released, "Let's Shake on It." And, after months and months and months of deliberation and just like Alex said, just like working jobs, like we finally decided like, let's actually do something with this. And so yeah, we kind of just took our time and discussed like who we wanted to play in the band and stuff like that. And that's where the first person to come to the table was Courtney, and our good friend Dave Shapiro got us in touch with her, watched her covers on YouTube, and it was just like a no-brainer. Like, yeah, if she's down, we got to get her, And then Andy and Robbie came along not too long after, just through friends that we knew, and everybody seemed like super dedicated and like-minded, and we just decided to form a band.
Yeah, and actually, I met Robbie working for a band on tour. We had both been crew for years, and I mean, that's why we got into it. Was to kind of get ourselves to that point. And we hung out every day. His merch table was right next to mine, and I was like, yeah, we're doing this thing, and we're just like struggling to find a bassist. Like, I didn't want a kid who can play bass. I wanted a kid who dedicated his, everything to bass. Like, he was a musician. He wasn't just like somebody who was trying to play shows. And And I was like, you know, I strung him along for so long. I didn't tell him he was in the band until we got to Atlanta, which was at the end of the tour.
Till today.
Yeah, yeah. He still doesn't know. Don't tell him.
When he watches this interview, he'll know.
Yeah,
Congrats, bud.
yeah. And you're also out. So,
Sorry.
Double whammy.
Oh man.
So, some people have been extra critical of the band because of the whole "what was me" Facebook page being taken over and whatnot. So, just if you could just elaborate, kind of like how it happened, or how you feel, or a message to all those fans that are angry at you, like you know, deliberately tried to sabotage, you know, old people's Facebook page, you know.
All right. Well, from one perspective, I understand why people are upset. From a whole nother perspective, I think it's hilarious that people got as upset as they did.
yeah, you're crying about the internet. Like,
Really, at this point, like, I don't really have much else to say except for the fact that it wasn't really my decision. You know, people are like, oh, well, Hance is the worst dude, scum of the music industry for
man,
doing
I love
this.
that. I love reading those comments.
Yeah.
Just
It was just, you know, and I'm not going to respond to, like, to that just because that's stupid. But, yeah, it wasn't me, personally. I wasn't just like, you know what? I'm going to take the woe is me Facebook because I hate everything and everyone, and they can like it or leave it. You know, it wasn't like that. It wasn't anything like intentionally destroying anyone's reputation or history. You know, it is what it is, and it's...
I think the funniest thing is the comments. The one, I've read it 100 times. I go back to it and I laugh so hard. Is why would you take the Facebook page? Now it's like that band never even existed.
Yep.
It's like, oh yeah, the thousands of albums and T-shirts and the hundreds of shows played never happened because the Facebook page isn't there anymore.
You know, the digital Facebook page is gone.
Yeah.
They're not even people.
With nothing even on it.
Yeah.
Nothing's there. Nothing's there that you can't find on YouTube. Or whatever. I just think it's funny.
It is funny. All right, so lastly, guys, if you could just tell us your favorite song off this upcoming album, and possibly your favorite one to play live, or that you'd like to play live, and then also where you're heading after this specific tour with Amity.
My personal favorite song from the album, I guess that's kind of like a split decision. I'd have to pick either Thorn or 60 Saragossa, the title track. They would be my favorites. Favorite to play live? Dang, dude. I like to play them all live.
Yeah.
It's just a rush. I don't know. 60 Saragossa is pretty fun to play live.
I'd say there's a few on the album that that are like tied for my favorites. There's Thorn. Another song that we play in our set is Pent Up.
Yeah,
And then the softer, more chill song that's at the end of our album is called Wayside. And I mean, those songs just, they're my favorite. I mean, I love every song equally, but those ones especially because of just, you know, what they mean to me and like what I put into them and everything lyrically and just the meaning behind them. I mean, you know, the world will probably never know what they actually mean, but, you know, to me that's something really special. But I'd say live, damn, I don't even know. Maybe, probably Thorn, honestly. It's just, it's very energetic and it's very, the end of the song is very climactic and everything, and it's just a really, really easy song to get into all the way through. You know, I just feel it when
You just ride
we
it.
play
It's
it.
just
Yeah.
like a roller coaster. You go up, you know, you kind of coast for a second, and then straight back up, and then the very end is just like the roller coaster blows up and you die. Just
But like in a good way.
like the happiest roller coaster death you can imagine.
Like you land in like a pile of candy or something,
Yeah.
but it's like rock candy. So
Good and bad.
After the Amity tour, we do have something lined up. It hasn't been announced yet, and I'd probably get in a lot of trouble for telling you, so I can't do that. It is
Hints.
hints.
it's the second half of a tour that was done with. I don't even know how to explain this. it's the second half of a full U.S. tour that the first half has already been completed, I guess. So
Yeah.
it's like a 2-part tour separated by a few months.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a few other bands on it.
Yeah, actually, if you lurk our Twitter a little bit, you might see a couple retweets that'll give you some hints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Internet.
Yeah. Just
Internet.
go. Just go there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the interview, guys.
Thank you, sir.
That concludes the interview. This is Kime Interviews, and thanks so much for having us. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.